Okay, welcome back. Well, we've got to sort of put the lead, as it were, on that subject. In any case, you were telling me that the meeting, the Senate,
Yes,
will be meeting
the
today.
governing council.
The
I heard
governing
it's going to
council.
be a virtual meeting,
Okay,
so we'll get to know the outcome on TVC
indeed.
in
So
due
that
course.
story will be moved forward. Now to go to the other story about DSS officers killed in Enugu on Sunday, and then members of some traditional unions as well saying that they were killed. The numbers were, you know, there's argument. There's argument as to what the numbers actually are. All of this was as a result of reportedly an event by indigenous people of Biafra's meeting,
IPOB.
IPOB. They had a meeting going on, and they're now alleging that they were in a prayer session when they were accosted by, was it a combination of the police and the DSS, Department of
I think they started with the DSS. The DSS got wind of their gathering. They went
and
there
as you
to,
know, by the way, it's a proscribed organization.
that is
Let
number
us
one.
let us just say that it's a
Yes,
proscribed organization.
organization.
It's
That is
prescribed in
one.
Nigeria by law.
Yes, and then they went there from intelligence to disperse them, to
Yes.
tell them to leave.
Okay.
Because one, you are proscribed. Two, even if at all you wanted to gather, you had exceeded the
Exactly.
number that you are supposed to
So
gather.
all of that.
So all of that, I think when DSS actually got there, there was altercation, and then we had two DSS officers were killed, and then the injuries. Then about two bus drivers also got killed in the process.
Let's find
Because
out.
the DSS also actually called for reinforcement from the police, and that was where the whole thing turned bloody.
Well, our friend, Mr. Dennis Amakri, deputy director of the SSS, retired, has joined us this morning. Dennis Amakri, MON. Thank you, as always, for joining us on the program. Dennis,
Good morning, Yori.
thank you. What exactly? We have newspaper reports, but do you have any inside knowledge, as it was, as to how this whole thing got as bad as for us to be saying some men died, either on the IPOB side, which, as I said, is a proscribed organization, or on the side of the DSS? And what are the numbers that you have?
I think the whole story is the public domain right now. And yes, the DSS lost two officers, and it is so sad because we are now dealing with a situation where a proscribed organization is going after the security forces and then killing them. They've always declared that they are not a terrorist organization when the government declared them as terrorists. And can you tell me the difference between what happened on Sunday in Enugu and what Boko Haram was doing by lining up soldiers and then shooting them or cutting off their head? You see, so these are the things. When people are not listening to the popular discourse about something, they try to get politics into the whole thing and cause problems all over the place. I think this was unwarranted, and I think everybody should condemn it.
You said that two servicemen, two DSS, operatives were killed. They, according to, as you said, the matter is in the public domain. They are saying up to what, 12, 14 of them.
They're saying 21 of them were killed.
They are saying 21 of them were killed by the DSS. DSS.
If they have 21 that have died, they should produce the names and pictures of those people so that everybody will know. I think even the video that has gone viral was showing the number of people that died. In fact, the person taking that video was actually commenting on it. So it is, according to them, well, they said 20 of them have died and no security person was killed. Yeah. Why
According
don't
to
they
them.
tell us how many were killed? Yeah.
So, sir, does it also worry you that all these groups, one way or the other, Boko Haram, IPOB, they seem to be using propaganda in quotes, to
Oh, yeah.
move their beliefs?
Yes, definitely. The major objective of any terrorist or insurgent group is to use propaganda to pursue their objective. So they will come out and tell you, inflate the numbers. All that is for public sympathy. They are looking for sympathy. Oh, we were on our own. We didn't do anything. We were praying, But when you look at it, what were you doing? And how do you all get all those petrol that you gruesome killing,
Yeah.
where they actually burnt those officers down, and you can imagine the kind of trauma that those people would have gone through. So, yeah, publicity is what they are seeking, and they will continue to seek.
Are you surprised, Dennis, that the fracas, the event happened at all, seeing as, all the DSS, SSS, whatever you want to call it, is an intelligence unit, that they didn't prevent the meeting, that they had to try and break it up? Are you surprised that they didn't have the intelligence to have prevented the meeting from happening? Because it must have been prepared for.
Yes, actually, it's intelligence that must have taken them to that place
When the meeting was on.
That the meeting is going on. But I agree with you, Yari. There's supposed to be some kind of pre-knowledge and then actionable intelligence, whereby if you don't want that meeting to hold, it will, it would have been scuttled.
Yes.
And it has happened in different organizations in this country, where I remember when I was in service, when they were having meetings with NADECO people, and then before we get there, sometimes they also have their own intelligence before we get there. That area. We play these kind of house games, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but of course, I know that the DSS itself will be investigating actually what happened, because
some might say that was a failure of intelligence, that they didn't know in good enough time to prevent access to wherever the venue of that event was. But in the meantime, Dennis, we have a call that's coming from Ikeja. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
And good morning to Asukwa.
Good morning.
Uncle Yori, this issue of IPOB, I think the DSS as a security arm also has a blame on the matter and the government. This organization has been proscribed by the government. But there's a newspaper in this country that has not recognized that. They keep on escalating anything that IPOB or the leadership of IPOB says in their newspaper. And the DSS is working. Everything they do, that newspaper propagates it. And that newspaper has never referred to them as a proscribed organization. And the DSS is there, is watching them. If you proscribe an organization and some members of that organization comes to the street and start parading, what is supposed to be done to them? You arrest them.
Okay.
But they leave them, they allow them to gather, they allow them to, do what they used to do in the past, even after the proscription. That is why it is growing now.
Okay. Indeed. Thank you very much for calling in. So, Dennis, coming back to you again, I know, not being an intelligence officer myself, but I can almost liken it to the newsroom, where you have labor desk, you have what other desk, the different health desk. Surely there must be an IPOB desk somewhere in the security services. Who did they drop the ball on the IPOB desk in DSS?
No. There are many desks. In fact, many that you don't even imagine that goes on in the SSS. But I'll tell you, like the last caller said, now there are newspapers, there are even people who have been making noise, talking. And the security agencies will catalog what they are doing and saying and watching. Because remember, we are in a democratic dispensation now. You know, and during this democratic dispensation, um, you don't do certain things because by the time you go there and start arresting people, or you know, they will say, "Oh, the Constitution." Just truly enough, some of the spokesmen of IPOB were saying that the Constitution guarantees freedom of association, but you don't believe in Nigeria. So how come you are quoting the, you know, it's like the devil quoting the Bible.
Yeah,
You know, so
but they are a proscribed organization, and
they
that's
are
the point
proscribed
that
as a
was being made. How can a
yeah,
prescribed organization, in the face of the law, have the freedom to be doing as much as they are doing? Seems to be the question that that is being asked.
I can tell you something. You know, it's not every time they gather together that you see security people going there to either scatter them or arrest them. You know, and most of the time they actually watch them. There is serious surveillance going on, and then of course cataloging all the
The
things that they are
activities
saying. Because by the time it comes to brass tacks and we're in court, you know, all these facts and details
will
will come
now
into play.
come out. Okay, Comrade Ayo, thank you very much for holding on. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Uncle Yori, it's just quite unfortunate that we are experiencing this kind of security breach in our national life. It is unfortunate that everything we do in Nigeria, we politicize it. It's either we bring in ethnicity or we bring in a religion. And that is not helping us at all. Majority of Nigerians do not believe in the Nigerian project. And that is the major problem we have here. Because I can't imagine a proscribed organization, there the security and the government of Nigeria to gather to do what? They said they want to pray. And at the end of the day, they kill our security men. That is serious. Honestly speaking, it is just quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because we are in a country where we operate on constitution and law. We have enough laws that take care of virtually everything. But because we are in Nigeria, we believe so much in ethnicity and politics. We politicize virtually everything. Every major national issues, we politicize it. The issue of this Boko Haram, it has been politicized. And the other day, the governor of Borno State said it is due to sabotage. And nobody is looking at that direction. Instead, we politicize everything.
Okay.
It is just quite unfortunate.
Well,
God bless
indeed.
Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling in, Comrade Ayo. A lot of people must be frustrated, Dennis, even in spite of your explanation that these are democratic times. The fact that if we have a functioning state, and if the state has prescribed you legally, unless somebody can prove that the prescription was illegal, and I don't think we've had that conversation yet. I don't know. Has it been tested in any court of law?
Because I heard that the leaders, they actually took the Nigerian government to court.
Which court? In Nigeria here?
Yes,
the court in Nigeria here?
Yes, you know, that is why they can gather. That is one of the reasons they said they can gather.
Okay. Dennis, I suppose, as you are saying, even the president, in a different context, has expressed frustration with this democracy itself. That in his day as a military man, it was a much simpler affair. But now he says he's been advised that, look, you can't do like a military person, or you have to go through all the strictures of democracy. That seems to be the situation that we're facing here. But many Nigerians are still a bit confused as to why a prescribed organization can indeed be going about preparing for a meeting and indeed actually hold the meeting, after which the authorities come in to break up the meeting. But
let's not make any mistake about it. Let's not make any mistake about it. Because when those organizations think that because we're in a democratic setting, they could go ahead and do whatever they like, including killing of servicemen.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
They have touched the tail of the tiger.
Well, thank you very much, Dennis. I just wanted we wanted to sort of get some professional perspective to all of this. And as always, thank you very much for coming along to aid us.
Thank you for having me.
Indeed, Mr. Dennis Makri, retired deputy director at the SSS. So we got to leave it for now. This is the situation. we don't even have the time to do our usual
Yes,
sort of
exactly.
wrap-up.
But let me just tell the viewers, 5 persons will be arraigned because the police actually caught 5 persons in Enugu. So they will be arraigned today, and we'll be following up on the story.
Indeed. So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. And Sukwa and I say, do your best to stay safe, please. Coronavirus is out there and it's very real.